Ignacio Salvador. Yo soy del Salvador. Beatriz. Yeah, those are my middle name Salvador. I don't want to say that because I'd be embarrassing.
Is this where Michael said? Who said
No,
that?
Beatriz.
I don't see where Michael said.
He hasn't sat down yet.
Who's
I haven't seen Ryan.
He's getting his coffee.
Very sure. Alright guys, so we're gonna have another quick video, but before I did that, I wanted to talk about some of the trucks that are occasionally used by somebody, and then maybe an apprentice brings it back, and then they just kind of leave it just full of crap.
Yep.
Drain truck was a fine example. Truck 9 had shovels in it full of mud, tools everywhere, tarps, just trash everywhere. It was just a joke. And this was like on, I think it came back, it might have been Monday or whatever, Tuesday, when we had to clean it all up and get it detailed. Cameron cleaned it up. But somebody used it for something, and Jim then just left everything in there, drove it away when they got back, and didn't clean it up. So the rule is this, and so you know when Beatrice is here, it's a little bit different. When she hasn't been here this last week and a half, whatever, because she's been working on that repipe. But normally when she goes to the trucks, if we see it's dirty, it's going to be charged to the job, and whoever's to clean that up. So in other words, if the job is for Sarah, I'm just throwing Sarah's name out, nothing in particular, and it's a jetting job or a dig up job or whatever the heck it is, and Sarah paid Iggy and paid Beatrice to go out and do that job, or Cameron, whoever, and Cameron drove the drain truck back and left it full of crap and didn't clean it up. You guys cleaning up at your mess is part of the job you're getting paid for. So don't assume that the shop is just responsible to clean up your crap and we're just going to pay you to do that. It's not happening. So if you're paying someone a flat rate, Sarah, for an example, that includes cleaning up their mess. When they get back to the shop, they dump out their trash, put their tools away, and all of that. Okay, I'm not asking you to detail the van, but make it at least as clean as when you left, when you picked it up. If you do get a vehicle that's trashed when you get it, you need to let us know so we can see who checked it out last, and then we can go back to them and charge them for it. Because if I got to have someone back here for 2 hours cleaning your truck, I'm going to put that on that who's ever that job is. So, or if it's going to come out of your guy's pay, if it's Cameron's pay, whatever it is.
What I was going to say is,
I'm just not paying extra for it.
It's hard to micromanage all that. Like, I'm already micromanaging.
I don't have time for it, Sarah.
I know.
But if I tell everybody now,
right,
that you guys understand going forward, I'm not going backwards on this, I'm going forward.
Right.
So if you guys all are aware as apprentices or whatever the case, whatever position you are, make sure your guys understand, hey, make sure you clean that truck up when you get back. That's part of this job.
Yeah, and people are, for me personally, when I'm paying people, I'm paying them pretty well.
Yeah.
So that's part of the job. It's not going to come out of my pay.
No, and that's what I'm saying is part of the job. I'm not gonna, but here's the deal. So if Sarah, if you have a job by yourself and you take the drain truck, which is a different truck than your normal truck, then it's on you.
Yeah, 100%.
Same thing on Iggy, on Anthony, everybody. So all the plumbers, Jesse, doesn't matter. If you guys take something out and you guys make it a mess and you're the only one, you're the tech, then it's your job. It's your responsibility. It's part of your job to clean up that mess. If you have an apprentice and you pay them, just make sure you remind them, hey, this is part of the job. I mean, cleaning up your mess is part of the job. Or our mess or whatever, it's our job. You're getting paid for this. So they, what happens is they get paid a flat fee and it's pretty good money, and then they just park the truck and leave and walk away. And then I gotta pay somebody to go clean it up. That's crap. I'm not doing that. Okay? So I just want to make sure that's clear. And then Jesse, on truck 9, I was told that it got tagged.
Truck 7.
Is it truck 7? The back door of it or something?
Yeah, it's like one of those oil markers. It looks like I got some Mr. Clean Sponges actually yesterday at Home Depot, so I'm gonna try to just see if I can scrub that off because it looks like one of those oil paint markers.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get it off. If we get something tagged, guys, it needs to come off right away. I don't want anything sitting with tag being
Just
tagged.
somebody fucking went through bullshit.
Okay, so
Oh, and I get mine for it. Can you believe that?
I'm just going to show another quick video for one of the ones that these guys have here at Everest, just so you guys kind of see a little bit of. And I know I'm focusing only on HVAC right now because that's what they focus on right now. So
James, you're the supervisor, correct?
Correct.
So Jason was here, and I asked him a question about dust in the house, and it just seems I know the home is old. It's 35 years old, so it's not a new home. But it seems like we're just getting a lot of dust in here, and he even mentioned that it might be coming through the ductwork. So is there some things we could do to help with that?
First of all, what type of filter are you using currently?
Well, I'll have to be honest and tell you, I just go to the Home Depot and I buy a 1 inch. It's just a standard 1 inch filter, but they're only $1 and they don't seem to be that dirty when I change them.
Well, if you
$1, that's pretty cheap.
Where do you live?
That hog-share filter's like $10 here.
Idaho. The staging of
Hey,
that.
listen though, it's kind of hard to hear now.
That tells you how big of an object can pass through that filter. So you have now allowed a lot of dust to be put into the ductwork, passes through it pretty freely. That's why it doesn't get as dirty. So at bare minimum, we recommend in your return air filter drills using pleated filters. Since the ductwork is probably pretty dirty, and we can get up inside and open it up and look, more than likely you're probably going to need a duct cleaning. Once that's done, you can add a media filter if you're having issues and you don't want to get it, have the dust to accumulate again, which is put onto the back of the unit. It's a 6-inch pleated filter, and that will actually, they last 6 months to a year, so you only change them twice a year, once to twice a year, depending on how dirty they get. We'll check it at 6 months. But once that's installed, it's going to make a huge difference. You get the dust out of the duct, install that, and it can't make it back through. So we'll cut down on the dust quite a bit.
How do they do the duct cleaning? Do you have a
We have a machine that we go in. It goes into the ductwork. It cleans the interior of the duct. And once that's done, we seal everything back up and make sure it's nice and tight. No return air leaks, so it's not sucking in air. We want to make sure all the air that goes into the air conditioner is from the conditioned space inside. Put in that media filter, and then you're good to go on your filtration. It's going to make a huge difference on the dust in the house.
You all do our maintenance right now. Can you just have that filter to be part of the maintenance, and you just change it when you come out?
Absolutely. We'll check it the first 6 months when we come out. If it needs changing, then we'll know every 6 months it needs to be changed, so every service we do. If it's not dirty at 6 months, or if it doesn't need to be changed, we'll come back at 9 months, just to check it the first time, so we can get an accurate depiction of how long it's actually going to take to change.
We do have 2 dogs, and they're coming in and out of the house, and I understand, but I've looked at the dust. The dust is mostly dust. It's not dog hair. I mean, there's some of that, but it's just dust.
Most of the dust in your house is dead skin.
Dead skin.
Dead skin. Most of the dust in your house is dead skin. So it's going to, regardless if you got dogs or not, you have dust. Now, saying that you have dogs, you are probably going to have a little bit more. They're going to stir up dust. They'll constantly be subject to return.
Okay,
So the filters are probably going to be changed every 6 months.
that'd be fine. I want to do this and not worry about it anymore. I travel all the time, so I don't want this to be an issue. So how long does it take to do all this? Is it the same people doing the duct cleaning that does the filter?
They would do the duct cleaning and the media filter installation the same day. Duct cleaning is probably going to take them 4 to 5 hours, and then probably another hour and a half to install the media filter.
You can do it all in one day.
With the number of vents you have, you're probably going to be looking real close to $700 for the duct cleaning. The media installation is going to cost you $1,100.
Okay, so you got a couple of grand total. Is there anything else I need? Because I don't want to do this halfway.
I mean, do you have bad allergies in the house? Do you have a problem with sickness, things like that?
I tell you what happens. I travel all the time. I'll come home with a cold, and pretty soon everybody in the house has a cold.
Something you don't have to do, but you may want to consider it, is they have UV systems that they put in the ductwork, which kills mold, bacteria, viruses. Kind of like when you go to a hospital, if you look on the walls, you see little UV lights that are
The
positioned.
blue lights, yeah.
Blue lights.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, but put into your air conditioning system.
Okay.
So what it'll do is any virus that passes by it kills anything that it sees. So So it does not allow anything to pass through. Now, obviously, it doesn't kill everything on the surface contact and things like that. But anything that's airborne that's being sucked through the air conditioner that gets line of sight with UV, it kills them. They're a good add-on, but you don't have to do them. But you're looking at about another $600 for a UV light. The bulbs have to be changed approximately every 3 years, which is not a high dollar replacement, but you're about $100 on bulb replacement. So you just need to kind of consider that when you're doing maintenance as well.
Could we wait on that and see how the filter does first?
It can be installed at any time. It's not something that has to be in conjunction with anything else. It can be done at any time.
Perfect. Let's do that.
All right.
What's your schedule like?
Duct cleaning, we kind of need to work around your schedule because we're going to be here all day. You know, tell me something that's going to be convenient with you, and then we'll get it taken care of.
Next Tuesday?
I'll check with the office and we'll get that worked in. It's going to be approximately all day, so just make sure that you have someone here with us, or if you can be with us.
I'm in town the whole day.
Well, that'd be great. Tuesday will more than likely work. Let me just make sure with the office, and we'll
Excellent.
get it scheduled.
Good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
All right, so I have a question about this. I wanted to run this and then just ask the question. So I know this looks too good to be true. Customers basically just almost laying down, right? But how does that happen? I know Sarah knows the answer. How does that happen? How does when the sales guy gets in, all right, you heard he said, oh yeah, I talked to the tech, blah, blah, blah in the beginning. But the tech is the key to this happening. And this can happen this easy if the tech does their job. So that's going to be training on the 30th of January, like I already mentioned, but that is the most important step of this entire process. Right now, when Sarah goes out, her and I were talking about it yesterday, I think it was yesterday or Wednesday, she's got to kind of play two roles, and that's a lot tougher to do. So her closing rate's probably not nearly as high as it could be if she had techs just setting her up properly. Same thing with Kevin. Kevin goes out, and sometimes I hear from Kevin, he'll tell me, he says, oh man, such and such person set that up for me perfectly, be it Mike, be it Ryan, whoever. And other times it's like, Renard didn't do a real good job. I'm just throwing names out. I'm not saying anybody in particular that's true. But he may say someone else's name and say, oh, wasn't set up right. So, because I'm always asking Kevin, what'd you sell, what'd you sell, what'd you sell? Because I want to see the money coming in. And, he'll tell me it's all about the setup. And that's the biggest issue that most companies have, is that technician doesn't spend the time and energy and drop the seeds or plant the seeds, however you want to call it, to get that guy out there. So when you have duct, and this is just duct cleaning, and then filtration, and then potentially a UV bulb down the road. That's just a seed that the guy asks a question, you plant a seed. You don't have to go for the whole thing. Go for the other part now. Let's get that, and then you wait 6 months, and then you're back out there not putting a UV bulb in. So it's not always about getting everything right now, but get what you can. And it sounds like, the thing that I didn't like on this speech is the guy, he kind of mentioned the 6-inch filter, blah, 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 but he didn't explain the difference between a Home Depot filter and, that's an important thing. Because people go get those Home Depot filters and they're basically, he did, I guess in a way he did, he talked about you could put salt through those filters and shake them and the salt goes through. That's how horrible they are. They don't really get small microns, through the filter. So it might get just hair and some dust and stuff that's hard to get through. But if you can get salt through one of those filters, that's pretty crazy. But if he would have explained a little bit more, I think that would have been better. But the tech has a part of that too, and letting them know, I noticed that you're putting in these filters here, and then ask the questions about the allergens and stuff up front before this even happens. And then you have those seeds being dropped for whatever it is. If it's a plumbing thing or an HVAC thing, you have to drop those seeds and make some type of, make it kind of a priority to the customer. If they understand that their health is at risk, or their kid's health, or their wife's health, or whatever is at risk for allergens or getting sick or whatever because of what they're doing, then at least now when this guy comes in, the salesperson or gal, they're going to be able to reiterate everything because they already know all of those things that they're talking about. And now it's like a double whammy, so to speak, and now they get it. So that's really what I wanted to show you guys is just to kind of understand that. If it's set up right, most jobs will be a laydown like that. If it's not set up right, it's going to be like battling, World War II without weapons, You're going against a tank and you got a freaking knife. It's not going to happen. What's up, Mike?
On your point, Alan, it's very important you as the technician to take the time and get to know your customer, because you're not going to know what they want.
Exactly.
Don't take the low-hanging fruit, try to look at the bigger picture. If it's just a capacitor that went bad, why did the capacitor go bad?
Right.
Why did the transformer go bad? It's gonna change your $300 repair into a $1,300 repair, because you're actually spending the time and finding what caused it.
Right.
The number one thing you want to avoid is a Band-Aid, that's a callback. It's a callback waiting to happen, and there's no salesman that can save you.
Right. So when we looked at the other video on Wednesday, the thing on that one was, and they were talking about the megometer, whatever you call it, I'm not really sure, megometer?
Manometer? Yeah.
Okay, so, megometer, whatever, okay? So, they were kind of talking about that, and the guy was showing, I was watching the video, and I didn't show it to you guys yet, but it's basically, it's not even that long, a 6-minute video, but it basically shows how that tool works and how you show a customer, and getting the customer involved and building that relationship is getting the customer involved. In plumbing, in heating and air, it doesn't matter. They've got to see, if you're looking at a sewer camera, they need to see what's in that sewer drain. Yeah, and it's ugly. You see a lot of bugs in there a lot of times, and you see crap in there, and you see roots in there, and you see stuff. They need to see what's going on with the condition of their pipe. Okay? So when you're doing work and you see something, even if it's on a water heater and you're seeing the corrosion around the ball valve or the gate valve, or you actually have a gate valve, you have an old pressure regulator and you put a gauge on the house and you show them. I mean, those things are important. It's just a real quick and easy way of showing them what's going on. And they may not understand it all, but if they see green, grimy crap around a valve. I found this on the web. Oh, shut up. I think she thought I was talking to her. But you think if you let the customer build that relationship, building a relationship is the most important part of it, getting them to trust you. But showing them, keeping them involved is also getting trust and building trust. That's important. And dropping those key phrases and things like that you need to know, so that by the time your salesperson comes there, because when you have an old system, let's say you have a 20-year-old system, or this guy has a 35-year-old house, if you ask the question simply, have you ever cleaned your ducts? Because I notice there's a lot of dust, here. Oh yeah, we just wiped the outside of our registers or whatever. Well, you know how much stuff is still in there because of the type of filter, and it hasn't been cleaned in 35 years. Because most people that you're going to go to have never cleaned their ducts. And that's an opportunity that we have huge here. I mean, the guy's charging $600, $700 to clean the ducts. That's a nice ticket, considering I see a lot of $200 or $300 jobs that we go to.
Anything's better than nothing.
I mean, you go to a $200. You guys go head to a non-op.
I'll take anyone.
You go to a non-op and you got some little issue, and you got to fix this or fix that. You got a safety switch issue, whatever, and then you walk away from someone who's never in their whole entire time that they've owned that house had their ducts cleaned. And we've got this machine sitting here doing absolutely nothing but just taking up space.
Collecting dust.
Right? I mean, it's
That's its job.
it's collecting dust, yeah. But it's not collecting dust the way we want it to collect dust. So, I mean, guys, that's just an opportunity. And since I've been here, I think we've done maybe 1 or 2 duct cleanings in a year.
Because people are probably thinking it's way too much work for a little amount of money.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing going on,
Why not?
even if you don't want to waste your time, sell it, have somebody else do it, go do something else.
Yeah, take your
your
little
little
spiff off of it, your $60 and walk away, and we'll give the
Somebody else?
$540 left to service find somebody else to go, spend a couple hours out there.
Teach me how to do
Better
it.
than nothing.
On the counterpoint on the duct cleaning, it is a good option, but you have to be aware of what type of flex ducts are there. And you have to make sure that there's not already damage to the internal liner. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up ripping their entire duct system apart.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not an expert in ducts by any means, but you guys should know enough about them. And if there's something wrong when you get up to clean the ducts, I want you to understand, instead of reaching for the highest fruit up in the tree, grab the low fruit first. we got a duct cleaning. Now as I get up there and I see them, and they're damaged, or they're old, or now it's duct replacement.
Yes.
And I'm gonna credit, we're not even gonna charge you for the cleaning, because I started cleaning it, I've been doing this for 2 hours, and guess what? There's just no way I can clean these things, they're just falling apart, they're so old.
The biggest thing, if they're the gray material for the outer wrap, you're generally not gonna wanna clean them, because those liners, everything, I guarantee you the outer liner's already falling off of it.
Right,
It's just like a hefty bag left out in the sun.
yeah.
They just degrade and fall apart.
Well, if you see that in the beginning, don't even sell the duct cleaning, but you're gonna sell the duct replacement.
Exactly.
But, you know, what I'm saying is if you see something that looks like it can be cleaned, let's get that fruit first, and then we can always say, you know what? I started cleaning these things, and it's not working, they're falling apart, they're just really old, and then we get the replacement. And now as we're replacing the ducts, how's the system looking? Well, you know, it's working okay, because I've been tuning it up twice a year. But, you know, we can give you some options while we're tearing all the ductwork out. Let's make this thing more efficient, whatever. At least drop the seeds so that by the time the salesperson gets out there, now they can give them options and payment plans or whatever, and now they got a whole new system, better energy, more efficient, and brand new ducts clean, put the better filter in, do it all for, all at once. So those are the types of things that we need to start doing, and I'm just gonna keep planting these seeds to you guys, so when the January 30th training comes, you'll already kind of have an idea of the way we're going with this, and that this is how we're gonna be able to grow and make money, guys. Because we're not doing a great job overall as a company right now when it comes to those types of things. We're not doing the steps, we're not getting the salesperson out every time, but we're gonna make that happen, so. All right, any questions, anybody? All right, cool. Let's keep going. Get to work.